So guys, I have another review for you today. I happen to get this at Ross as usual. Price tag is right here, $24.99. I believe you can find these for about $40, $50 online, depending if you look on Amazon. There are also Amazon sales, of course, but this is called the JBL GO 3 speaker. Now, it's not the newest speaker out there, obviously, but for people looking for gifts or just something that's decent, that works for everyday life, that is affordable, I would like to think that this is pretty decent. Of course, we'll be opening it together for the first time, listen to the sounds and all that fun stuff. So, quick specs, this is Bluetooth 5.1. It does have 5 hours of battery life, which isn't anything too special. IP67 waterproof and dust resistant. So if you decide to play this while laying next to the beach and things like that, you should be perfectly fine and okay, but just watch out for that sand. And I will say one last thing before we start this video so you guys know where this is going. It doesn't work with the JBL application. Some speakers do, some speakers don't. Unfortunately, this is one of them that doesn't, probably because of the price tag. But for me, not really a big deal. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see if it's actually worth purchasing. Also, guys, before we start the video, well, the video already started, so let me just not say before I start the video. I'm recording on a S23 FE 5G for people that are interested in how good this camera is. It does go up to 8K, unfortunately 24 frames. It does do full HD, or I guess you can say Ultra HD, which is 4K and 60 frames. But I am currently using it right now in, I believe it's full HD 60 frames, just so I can keep the video at a minimum and it's easier to convert while on my phone. You know, I do a lot of different checks. So needless to say, this is the speaker right here, and I like the way that this looks. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the color, but it looks nice. I do like the way it looks. I do like this little hook right here. If you guys follow the channel, you know that I did the JBL GO 2s, and I don't believe that had a hook. It was more of a solid speaker. This one seemed more festive and just easier on the eye, in my opinion, and a lot more flashy. Looks like you have your power button here. You have your Bluetooth button right here. Let me put that in the, I'm sorry. Put that in eye view. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. It's been a minute since I did a review like this. But anyway, power button. You have your sync button. More likely you hold that to sync it. You have your play, minus, plus, and this is probably doubles down as a pause button also. And your USB-C over here to the side, which is pretty decent looking. This looks like a really solid speaker. You can definitely tell that it's quality. It's JBL. I mean, if you squeeze it, obviously it feels like it's pressing in a little bit, but it is, I'm assuming, plastic and all, and it's just some type of fabric material. Now, what comes inside the box is my question. You have your USB-C right here cable, which, to be honest, you can use any USB-C cable for the most part. Now, what I would suggest is not necessarily 5 below cables, because they tend to burn out products depending on the type of cable that you have and wall adapter. We do have your little booklet information right here. The quick startup guide, here we go, shows you how the Bluetooth settings are going to be, things like that. You do not have to worry. I am going to show you guys how to sync it in real time. Your tech specs are here. It's not much to really show, because remember, the speaker doesn't have any type of actual software updates or anything like that. And then you have your safety manual right here, which we are not going to read because I'm a guy and I don't read safety manuals. Now, with that being said, I do like the way the speaker looks. It's pretty cool looking. No need to waste any time. Let's go over and figure out how to sync this in real time. So, sync process. Shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention this. I love the ridges right here. So you could just sit it up any way you want to. You sit it flat on its back, but realistically you sit it like this. You will have to wipe this down from time to time because it's going to stain over time. You can definitely tell that this is going to stain, unfortunately. But anyway, hold the power button. All right, now it is blinking. I'm assuming it's in pair mode right now. I could be totally wrong about that, and if it isn't, I'll show you guys how to pair it. So we're going to place the speaker right here for now, and we're going to go over to this Moto Flip. I know, right? This is actually my old phone. I gave my back piece to the wife. I had a pop socket on it, but I want to keep this protected. But yeah, it's not a bad phone, but ended up going with the Samsung overall. I'm going to go to pair. Oh, pops right up. JBL GO 3, right? So let's tap that. And this is what I will say to you guys. If for any reason you have an issue syncing the speaker, like you got it used, more likely you're going to have to hold the Bluetooth button, and then that will put this back into pair mode. Remember, this is being opened for the first time. So by me having this and then turning it on, it automatically goes to pair mode. But for the people that already own the speaker, you'll hold power. If it doesn't automatically go into sync mode where you saw it blinking, you hold this button until it's blinking, and then you go to the Bluetooth settings, and then you sync it. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's go on to the next section. All right, guys, so full discrepancy or disclosure. Disclosure is a better word, not discrepancy. I'm using the basic generic file manager that every Android phone has. It's a built-in music player, no Dolby Digital, no special settings, no bass boosters or anything. So what the sound you're going to hear is the speaker as is. No, remember, it doesn't have any software. And I don't want the phone to enhance any sound so you think that you're being tricked into buying something that is better than what it is. Now, like we talked about, $24.99 at Ross for the person that skipped to this part. You could probably find it that cheap online too, but I just want to show you some of the songs that I played. This speaker it's good. Like, it's really, really good, especially for the price tag that I paid for it. That's a steal. Let me play. Let me shut up now. Ooh, table shuck. This is jumping. Sounds good. And it has volume. Watch. Sounds really good, man. This is a really good sound speaker. Sounds good, right? All right, so let me tell you what I'm hearing real fast. Actually, you know what? Let me press the buttons real fast. Plus goes up, volume goes down, pause actually plays it. Okay, so the buttons do exactly what they're supposed to do. So let me kind of give you guys a synopsis of what I heard so far before I go into the next song. This has decent volume. I already play other songs that are not YouTube friendly, that are licensed music. Obviously, I'm not going to play that on the channel because I want to monetize this video. Sound crystal clear, really, really good. And we're talking, I did a couple rock songs. I did some soundtrack music from, what's that song? Paper Moon. I did that one. I did a bunch of different songs just to test out different genres, see how it sounds. It sounds wonderful. I've even did the Rory and Maul podcast, the Joe Button podcast, just listening to the sounds, the quality. Everything is here. It sounds really good with vocals. It sounds really good with bass. Now, I will say that the bass does overpower it a little bit, but not enough where anything else suffers because of that. You know, some headsets, the bass is so powerful that you can't hear the violins, different things going on in the background. 1 second. Oh, there we go. I forgot I'm on a timer back here. And it just sounds really good. It's very, very clear. For anyone purchasing this, again, I'm not sure which year this came out. You know, I go to Ross when I find these things, and I tend to get it. For all I know, the speaker is years old. The quality is out of this world for the price tag. $24.99, like I said, I paid. Well deserved, well worth it. This is staying in the house. You know how I do speaker reviews and I say I'll keep something. No. The Skull Candy speaker and the Go 2 can go somewhere. This is staying in the house right now. I love the way this sounds. I'm going to play the second song now. Warzone. Listen to the clarity. Whew. That is clear. Uh-oh. Sounds good. This sounds so good. Let me tell you how good this speaker is. It's nothing to talk bad about it. Let me tell you how good it is. For the price tag, first of all, even if this was $40, because it says comparable by 40, even if it was $49.99, this is worth $50. The only downside I can say to the speaker so far is a 5-hour battery life, but we'll get to that part in a second, the last part. I use this for FL Studio, believe it or not. And I can honestly say that, again, I'm not a professional, so I'm not here to tell people that using this instead of a headset is going to do better. I'm just saying that I tested it out. I hooked this up to my, I didn't do the Nintendo Switch, but I did hook this up to my PC because I have a dongle for Bluetooth, right? And I played Resident Evil 4 Remake. Listen, the gunshots sound crisp. You know how Resident Evil 4's gunshots are, where the sound profile is amazing if you played it, the remake. Dead Space Remake, the boots of Isaac Clarke clinking against the ground. Like I said, Joe Button podcast, Rory Amal podcast. I listened to different things on this to see how good it sounds. And let me tell you guys something. Phenomenal speaker. It did such a good job of picking up all the background noise, hearing monsters yelp and scream. Remember, everyone doesn't use the speaker just for music. It sounds really good. I don't have an issue with it whatsoever. No qualms whatsoever. It would have been nice if it had some type of software updates to keep up. But realistically, not everything needs a software update. You know, sometimes you just hook up a speaker. It's good to go. Sounds clear. Sounds great. Vocals sound good. And remember, listen to what I'm saying to you guys. I used it for just more than the regular music. That means that this speaker is all around sounds good. And normally I'm not out here praising stuff. This ain't an ad or anything like that. It just sounds really, really good. And it's nice to hear quality stuff. Listen, I do a lot of Five Below products that sound decent too. But when you finally find something that's just like, I got to keep this. This is something that I'm keeping simply because of how good that it sounds. I have no qualms about it. I don't know what to say. No qualms whatsoever. I think if you purchase this bad boy outside, if you can get over the colors, because this color scheme isn't for everybody. I would have preferred an all black one because it would have been easier for dust collection and dirt, you know, when it rubs against stuff on the bottom. Outside of that, don't have any issues whatsoever. It sounds wonderful. That's all I got for you. Let's go into the last section. So to answer the question whether this speaker is actually worth the asking price, that is a hard yes for me. Pause. Now, let me kind of explain for the people that skipped everything to the last part, why. You have a 5-hour battery life. I do wish it was more than that, at least 8 to, and I'm about to make a jump, 8 to 16. I understand that price tags cost a certain amount, so they're trying to make a cost-effective speaker that still has the quality of JBL. The speaker been out for a minute. It's not like I'm reviewing a brand new product that's been out for a week. It just still sounds good. And that's why I say speakers are on a different spectrum than phones, because phones need to constantly be updated. Speakers are as they are, and they tend to work. And you can see the same speaker in the store for years and years and years and wonder why it's still there. It's because the product probably sells well, especially if it's JBL. JBL has never really disappointed me in terms of speakers or headsets or things like that. Call quality, you know, with their headsets, iffy, but music quality has always been great. I don't have any qualms. Bluetooth 5.1, like I said at the beginning of the video, I believe it was IP67. Am I right about the IP67 waterproof and dust resistant, so you won't have any problems with splash or water hitting it, things like that. It's well-rounded. It's a very well-rounded speaker in terms of features, like the USB-C right here. You have your plus minus buttons and pause up here that work for plus minus and pause. You don't have to use it for anything else. You have your, I think you might be able to hold it to change the song too. But anyhow, you have your power button. You have your Bluetooth sync button that we talked about earlier. It's a good speaker and it looks cool. I think that, listen, when I paid $24 for this, I didn't think I was going to get the quality of product that I got. And I was vastly surprised when I first started listening to music at different tracks, and I just kept playing it. You know how sometimes you just vibe to certain music? That's what I was doing. I was just bopping my head, just chilling. I was listening to it while I was playing Resident Evil 4 Remake originally. And then I said, let's hook this up to the PC, see how the gunshots sound. Gunshots was sounding good. It was actually keeping up with the sound profile and the latency and all that stuff. I was like, this is surprising. I was pleasantly surprised how well this speaker worked. And I think that anyone that purchases this will like it. Whether you pay the regular price, which again, I'm not sure what regular price is. I would say it's probably no more than $50 online. I could be wrong about that. But if you go on Amazon, I'm going to look for a link for you guys. And so you can see the specs and stuff yourself. This is not an affiliate link thing. I'm not making $1 from this outside of you viewing the video. I just happen to like the speaker a lot, and I would like to share it with the rest of you. I've done a lot of speakers on the channel, but this one right here and the price tag and the quality of sound, even if you could find something better, which I'm sure you can, Bose and different stuff like that, I think that this just does a phenomenal job on its own, and you can't go wrong, especially, let me hit you with the Dr. Umar third time, especially if you find this at Ross for $24.99. Boy, you better pick this up. This is one good speaker. But anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys. I think I took enough of your time. Hopefully you enjoyed the video as much as I did. And be safe, 2024. Let's try to do things differently this year. Be a better person, all that good stuff. Hopefully you can tell by the video I changed up my speech a little bit. I'm starting to incorporate what happens on both my channels into one to make it more user-friendly. But anywho, I will see you guys in the next one. I am ranting. Peace.